May 11, 1973. Today marks the end of the Pentagon Papers saga. Daniel Ellsberg, the man responsible for leaking the classified documents, has been acquitted of all charges. Judge Byrne declared a mistrial due to government misconduct, including attempts to discredit Mr. Ellsberg by tapping his phone conversations and breaking into his psychiatrist's office. The bizarre events have incurably infected the prosecution of the case, Byrne announced to the courtroom, which erupted into applause as Mr. Ellsberg was freed. The legal battle began only a few days after June 13, 1971, the day the New York Times published the first installment of the 7,000-page document. Mr. Ellsberg obtained the papers through his work at the Rand Corporation and managed to photocopy them before returning them. The New York Times made the daring decision to publish the classified documents at Mr. Ellsberg's request, though they were forced to stop after 3 articles when Nixon's administration won a court order restraining further publication. Other newspapers took up the story, but they too were restrained until the Supreme Court's decision. On June 30, 1971, the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 that the publication could continue. Though only portions of the document have been released even to this day, they have done irreconcilable damage to the public's opinion of the last 4 presidents. The papers reveal that the administrations of Presidents Harry S. Truman, Dwight D. Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, and Lyndon B. Johnson lied to the public and to Congress about both the extent of America's involvement in Vietnam and realistic expectations for victory. The American military has been directly involved in Vietnam since France's colonial war against the Viet Minh, and has continued to undermine the communist regime since. Though President Johnson claimed throughout his campaign that he had no intention of staging an intervention, the Pentagon Papers contained his plans to invade Vietnam. Perhaps most alarming of all, the papers reveal knowledge early on that the war would likely be lost, and continuing the war would lead to many more casualties than admitted publicly. Yet the war continued. The Pentagon Papers' most significant impact is on the public's perception of their government, now much more cynical and distrustful than previously. Additionally, the Supreme Court's decision to allow the New York Times to publish top-secret documents makes this one of the most important court cases on the freedom of press to date.